Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Finds. It's Vinyl Rich, doing a Vinyl Finds. This past Saturday was record store day. I didn't go to a record store. No record stores in Bakersfield do it as far as I know. I've done it in the past. What I used to do is, I used to work graveyard. I'd get off work from the brewery at 6:30 in the morning. I would drive to Amoeba Records, stand in line over there for, I think they used to open at 9, so a few hours. And, it was fun. I'm not feeling it anymore, but I'm not going to hate on record store day. In fact, I think this record store day had quite a few good variety and some very good selections. I bought one, and I ordered it from Jackpot Records directly on Monday, I believe it was. It could have been Sunday, but I believe it was Monday. Anyways, it's the Wall of Voodoo Live album. This was my biggest number one want by far. In fact, I will say that this is my favorite record store day release in forever. I love this album. Now, I have the expanded CD of their original EP. Came out in, I think the EP came out in early 80. And these live songs were added on. And I always thought, man, I wish they would release that on record, Because I have CDs, but I don't have a CD player that works. So I'm not playing CDs. And then when I saw this was being released, I go, oh man, my prayers have been answered. Yeah, this is the one and only record store day purchase I got. And it's great. It's live at the barn, the University of Riverside. Recorded in 1979. Now, like I said, I have the CD, and I always thought, for some reason, I thought they were recorded at the Whiskey, and I go, man, I was probably at those shows. But no, this was recorded in Riverside, which is, Riverside County is just east of LA County. But yeah, this is fantastic, man. If anybody out there likes Mexican radio just a little bit, pick this up. It's fantastic. It's got 2 songs that have never been released on a Wall of Voodoo album at all. I think there's some 76 demos that they're on. There's I think couple of songs from the EP, and then there's like 4 songs that were on their first album that came out in 1981, Dark Continent. And then there's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Hang 'em High. Now, those were released on the B-side of Ring of Fire on vinyl. But yeah, this is fantastic. My number one want, and my favorite record store day release ever. And I'm not saying that jokingly. I am 100% serious. This is what the record label looks like. It probably looks black, the record. It's actually a smoky, and I can see the camera through this. Yeah, is it transparent, translucent, see-through vinyl, smoky vinyl? Fantastic release. Now, another one that I'm probably going to get is the Ramones 75 Sire demos. Now, I had those. I had the box set of the debut album. Like, it had the album in mono on vinyl, and then it had 3 CDs. And one of the CDs was all the demos. But I sold that when I found out the the demos were going to be released on vinyl. Because I really don't like the mono mix of that Ramones album. I prefer the original stereo mix. I have one of the live, then there's another CD of live material, and I have one of those gigs recorded at the Roxy it was released as Record Store Day, so I have that on vinyl already. So I didn't need that box set. I sold it for $55, and with that money, I bought The Wall of Voodoo, and I bought another a Psych album that I saw on the Acid Archives series that people are doing. And all I'm going to say, it's a Psych album that was recorded by an Elvis impersonator. It's fantastic. I think it's better than the Gandalf that was released on Record Store Day. Now, I'll probably get the Gandalf, but it was a Record Store Day first, so I'll just get the black vinyl. I don't need the green vinyl. You know, I'll wait and get the black vinyl one and save $10 most likely. It's been a while since I've done a Vinyl Finds, and it's probably been 6 weeks or so when I bought this album for $20 off of P.B. Thal. What a horrible channel name. I mean, he used to be the vinyl archivist. I told him he should change it to Pat the Ripper. I mean, that's a fantastic name, but nobody listens to Rich, you know. I get no respect in the vinyl community. But anyways, people were bidding on it, and I thought, you know, I want that record. So they were bidding like 8, 9, you know, they're going, so I just put 20. And nobody outbid me. So I got it for 20. This is the, I think their third release. It's an EP. And it's fantastic, man. I have their first 2 albums. I have a 12-inch of Butcher Baby. But yeah, this is Metal Priestess, and it's fantastic. I'll probably, you know, dive into some of her other later stuff. This past month, I've been listening to a lot of Plasmatics. After I got this, I dug it so much, it's on Stiff Records. Very cool. And it came with the original inner sleeve. Now, one thing I want to say about the auctions, I don't really watch them that often. And I watched this one because he had a Bootsy Collins album that I was thinking, you know, I'll pick that up. But then when I saw this one pop up before the Bootsy, I thought, I'd rather have that one, you know. Now, the one thing I noticed about the auctions, and it happened on this one, is people complain, hey, I bid before that guy and he got it, you know. And, you know, Patrick's just going by what he sees. And I guess everybody's timing is different, because I see it all the time. I go, oh, wow, that person, you know, bid on that before this one, you know. But it's usually they're squabbling over $1. I mean, the way I look at it, and what I did with that one, is put your max bid, what you're willing to pay for it, and if someone outbids you, oh well, it's theirs. But all this penny pinching, you know, bidding $1 more than the last guy and then crying about it. I should start showing some records. I picked this one up. Found this at Going Underground Records. Now, I used to have this record. I think I have a box of records that got lost in my various moves, because I had a few of these Nuggets albums. I had the hits ones. I had the first 2 punk ones. I had one of the pop ones. And these, I probably have all these songs already on the double album Nuggets that I bought maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. But in the 80s, this is how I became aware of the Nuggets series. I didn't buy the one back in the 70s, but I did buy this one. and it's fantastic. In fact, I think I have all of these songs, with the exception of maybe 4. I have the albums that these singles are come from. So, did I need it? No, but it's one of those. I used to have it and I want it. It comes with this really cool Rhino inner sleeve. And the funny thing about Rhino is it started out as like a novelty and comedy label, you know? Now, my last Vinyl Finds video, which I don't think it's quite 2 months ago, but it's 7 or so weeks ago probably, I made the statement that, I have no problem with buying reissues on these psych albums, but with this one I went a different route and I got an original. Well, it is on international artists, but this is a reissue. 2009 reissue, not a new reissue, but a reissue nonetheless. But the reason I think I made that statement is because when I ordered that album, I ordered this one too at the same time. And what's weird is this album actually arrived the day I made my last Vinyl Finds video. Now this is an original on Jubilee. And this is an album that I had. The Racket Squad, Corners of Your Mind. And this is a major upgrade. Now my last one wasn't, the cover's an upgrade. The album didn't sound, it wasn't like a noisy album or anything, but the beginning of each side had some issues. And it didn't want to play through. And then, I don't know, you couldn't see anything in it, but it was on both sides. So I don't know. Anyways, this is a 60s psych album. Probably came out in 68 or something like that. Kind of like a second tier psych band. I said it before, these guys are trying to look cool, but that guy's not cool, But he's trying. Look at bless his little heart. This is a fantastic album, especially side 1. Side 1, it starts off with Ain't Nobody Gonna Love You. Just a fantastic album. The guitar riff on it, I love it. Sweet Little Smoke, a long song, almost 7-minute song about weed, I guess. It's good. And then Get Out My Life, Woman, an excellent cover of that song. Maybe my favorite version of that song, And then you got Suburban Life, another really good song. And then it ends with Get Out of My Life, Woman, Reprise. 42-second long. And it's horrible. It's got like Popeye and olive oil type vocals. It's only 42 seconds. But man, if they would have left that off, side 1 would be darn near perfect. Side 2, it's got some good good songs, but it's not as good as side 1. And it's on Jubilee. I'll take it out. Really cool. Now, a few videos back, the Middle Theologian said, sometimes good records are what I want to listen to over great records. And actually, that's been a theme of his videos for kind of weeks now. Now, with that in mind, I think lots of people would agree Creedence Clearwater are great. They made great bands or great albums. I have problems with most of their albums. There's always something. Like their debut, I didn't think Susie Q was all that. It's one of my least favorite songs on the album. That Keep On Juggin' or whatever. That song's horrible. And they would always play it live. They would close out the concert with it and do extended versions. And even on the record, it's kind of too long. But anyways, I don't really want to hear, as great as they are, I don't really want to hear them anymore. I purged all my Creedence Clearwater. I'd much rather listen to Poison Idea. Which, you could say, This isn't a great record, but it's a good record, and I love it, you know? This is the early years, Volume 1, Darby Crash Rides Again. Side A is the Boner's Kitchen demo from 1981. And then you got the Darby Crash Rides Again demo from 1982. And then side 2 is a live set. And what's pretty cool is, and that's from 83. So you got an 81 recording, 82, and then the live set's 83. The live set, Pure Hate, is the only song that is on the demos. It's on the 82 demos. So it's pretty cool. I mean, there's not a lot of duplication. I really like this album. The songs are kind of samey. I mean, that's kind of this with this genre. That's part of it. And I didn't take the record out. These are a couple of reissues I got at Going Underground Records when I traded in my Creedence Clearwater. Beautiful vinyl. They've been reissuing all the Poison Idea ones, and I think I have them all except for one. And it's something blank. And it's just writing on the front. But yeah, this is cool. I dig their early stuff. Now this one here, I got this one also. This one's a little bit later. War All the Time. This might be their second album, came out in their second full-length album, came out in 87. This is fantastic. I think it has one song, Motorhead's on here, and I know Motorhead's on this. Yeah, in fact, Motorhead was one of the better songs off of it. Yeah, it's the fourth song on the live. And there's one other song, maybe Steel Rule on side 2. This is really good. It's a more polished affair than that other one. A little bit of guitar noodling. In fact, in the 90s, they even kind of went the metal route a little bit. And this is on a red vinyl. And it's got all the lyrics, very tiny font. And I'm not going to read them. I mean, maybe I will one day. But I kind of doubt it. I kind of like the demos and the live one better than this, though. As much as I like this. And I'm going to end this video with some records, more records that I bought on an auction. And this was a B-sides auction. She was auctioning off some 45s. What the youngsters call 7 inches. And I call them 7 inches too, because nowadays all 7 inches aren't 45, you know. But I paid $5 for this first one. I paid, I bid $1 on all the others, and I got them. There were some that I bid on. There were some Yardbirds and Who stuff. I bid $1 and I was outbid, but big deal. And then she threw some in. So it turned out I got 26 45s for $25. Now this is the one I paid $5 for. It's Moby Grape, Omaha, and Someday. Really cool to have this on a picture sleeve. Looks like somebody took a bite out of it, but whatever. I've never seen this. I mean, I don't think it's ultra rare or anything, but very cool. Another cool picture sleeve was this Cal Seals, The Rain, The Park, and Other Things. A very cool poppy tinges of psych on there, you know? Yeah, this is cool. The Cal Seals had some good songs. I had one of their albums once, but I got rid of it. It was horrible. This is a Jefferson Airplane, The Ballad of You and Me and Punil. But I like the B-side, although it doesn't say A and B. Two Heads, the Grace Slick song. But yeah, very cool 45. And really cool company sleeve. Here's another one, Date Records company sleeve. Now this is the Clefs of Lavender Hill. Stop and Get a Ticket. I think was they released that. It was a regional hit, and Date bought the rights from some other small label, and they did this release. But first, Tell Me Why, man. That one, is that the one I'm thinking of? I don't know. Anyways, they're a brother-sister act. And it's kind of poppy, but pretty cool. Anyways, the Fireballs. This one's pretty cool. You got Bottle of Wine, I believe is the A side, which is a cool song. But the B side, Can't You See I'm Trying? That's very cool. And it's got hints of the Sir Douglas Quintet. Then you got this Dion. I knew the song Abraham Martin and John. Really cool song. I'm not a big Dion fan. And again, someone's taking a bite out of all these records here. But the B side, Daddy Rollin', it's got like a garagey feel. I mean, it would fit right in on one of those Pebbles comps. It's kind of weird. This one, The Writing on the Wall by Adam Wade. And the other side is Point of No Return. This is the turd of the bunch. It's just too schmaltzy. I didn't like this one. This one here, Charlie Rich, The Most Beautiful Girl. I know that song. That album it came from made my top 10. I think it was 1973. But the B-side is a song, I Feel Like Going Home. It wasn't on the album, so that's pretty cool. And I listened to all these when I got them over a month ago, so, kind of fuzzy. But I did listen to them all. This one here is Hold Your Head Up by Argent. I knew the song. The other, Closer to Heaven, I don't remember, but I did listen to it. I guess Argent was a member of... what was that band? The Zombies. I mean, everybody loves the Zombies. I don't know. I think they're... Should I say overrated? I don't know. Kill me. This is a Casey and the Sunshine Band. I'm Your Boogeyman. Fantastic song. But the B-side is also great. Wrap Your Arms Around Me. Fantastic. Now here's another disco. Donna Summer with Hot Stuff. The B-side is Journey to the Center of Your Heart. Now that song, Hot Stuff's a good song. Journey to the Center of Your Heart, it's kind of cheesy sounding. It sounds like it's something that would come from a 1980s Eddie Murphy movie. It's kind of pretty cheesy. The Poppy Family, Which Way You Goin', Billy, and Endless Sleep. This, I remember liking both sides a lot. I think it's a Canadian band. I'm not really familiar with them, but very cool to have it on this company sleeve. We got Master Jack, 4 Jacks and a Jill. I have that album. Very cool album. They were a kind of like a folk band. I don't know if they're quite folk rock. They preceded the psychedelic explosion in San Francisco. They're a San Francisco band. And then the B-side, I Look Back, also a very good song. Then you got this one, the Mojo Man, another Frisco band. Sit Down, I Think I Love You, and Don't Leave Me Crying Like Before. I don't recall the songs, but I did like it. You got the Beach Boys with Wild Honey, and which is it's a okay song. It doesn't have hit written out on it at all. And then on the second side is Wind Chimes. Turd. You got the Beatles, and Yellow Submarine is the A side, and Eleanor Rigby is the B side. I mean, we all know that one. Nice apple sleeve. Another Jefferson Airplane. She Has Funny Cars. I always love that song. And it's backed with Somebody to Love. Really cool. And then we got this one here. The Bubblegum. 1910 Bubblegum Company. Now she put it, when she showed it, she said, this is Pow Wow. Didn't know that song. I listened to it on YouTube, and it's kind of psychedelic. But the single off this is Indian Giver. So, yeah, very cool. Scott McKenzie, San Francisco. Be sure to wear a flower in your hair. My wife has nothing in common with hippies or any of that San Francisco scene, but she loves that song. And it's the B-side is What's the Difference. The only problem with this, it's cool, but it's a Ode record in an Atco sleeve. This one here is Green Tambourine by the Lemon Pipers. I think it's a fantastic one. It's one of my favorite psych songs that was played on the radio back then. People say it's bubblegum. I don't think it is. It's to me, it's a psychedelic. Okay, it is kind of poppy, but it's still great. And this is a Kama Sutra Buddha Records and a United Artists. So you got The Games People Play by Joe South. Very cool song. You got Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes. Very cool, man, to have this on 45. And then One of the Boys. It's like a 5-minute, 35-second song, And then the last four, I got them all for $1. You got ABBA. This is Knowing Me, Knowing You. Happy Hawaii. Very cool, man. Nice picture sleeve. You got this one in a company sleeve. It's SOS by ABBA. And the B-side is Man in the Middle. You never want to be the man in the middle, man. Then you got Dancing Queen by ABBA. And That's Me on the B-side. And the last one is Money, 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 ABBA. And Crazy World. Now, back in the day, I didn't like ABBA. It wasn't my thing. I was more into hard rock. Then I went into jazz, Miles Davis, then punk. So ABBA was not on my radar. My 2 daughters with my current wife, they love ABBA. And we had I remember buying the CD, 20 Golden Hits or something. And when we went to Utah on vacation, we drove, and we played that thing quite a bit. And it just, they're catchy tunes, and it grew on me, Anyways, take care, everybody. I'm glad the Jets got an offensive lineman in the draft. You got to keep Aaron Rodgers standing. And that some people are man, they should have got a wide receiver. They should have got the tight end. Those people are delusional. They act like the Jets are one player away from the Super Bowl. Come on, get out of here. Take care.